my name is Beth McBride, and as a licensed Virginia realtor, my goal is to help uncomplicate the process for you in a real estate transaction. So sitting down in these interviews, I'm going to talk with different industry professionals, and we're going to talk about their roles and our roles and how it all fits together. So today I'm talking with Melissa from Mission Mortgage. So Melissa, tell me a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
Okay, that's a loaded question. What do I do this for? I'm Melissa Hoover. I'm with Mission Mortgage. I'm the Regional Vice President of Sales. We're here locally in the DC, Maryland, Virginia markets, looking to expand. I've been doing this crazy mortgage process for about 30 years actually. I just celebrated my 30th year last week. And I've done all facets of the process as well as being a homeowner multiple times, just like you guys are. So,
Great.
That's about it.
All right.
That's a lot.
That's all right. So, first question I have for you is, so what advice do you have for a first-time home buyer today?
I would say know your credit score, know your credit report, the findings on it. Even if it's something that maybe you're looking to buy a year from now, knowing what's on your report give you time to fix if it's necessary. And then knowing your budget. Budget as a renter, budget will allow you to be more prepared when you get to the point of the home buying process. And I may bring things up in the process that you may not have thought about. So it's important to have the numbers before we even approach the topic of what a mortgage payment would look like. What can you afford now without that?
Makes sense. That's good. So speaking about credit scores, what advice might you have for someone they know their credit right now isn't great, not ready to buy a house right now, but they want to work towards that goal? What advice do you have?
So I work with clients all the time, and it doesn't have to be, you don't have to have a timeline necessarily. I have some people that may take 3-4 years to buy a home. The key is knowing what your credit report looks like and where your goals are and how to get there. So there may be times where you need time to negotiate a payoff, and that may be a 12-month, negotiation of paying off a smaller amount. And then we may even tell you to open a new credit card. That might sound a little crazy to some people, but if you don't have that mixture of credit, it could be a little daunting. Thank you, Doug.
We'll zip that part out.
So, I'm gonna wrap that up. So, okay. Having the knowledge, knowing what's on there, and being able to help you. You don't need a credit repair company. I know there's many out there. I'm not a fan. I've been doing this for a long time. The money can be better utilized to take care of some credit that you have that's in a negative light.
Awesome, great. So in the spirit of explaining specific terms, right, that the layman might not understand, let's talk about underwriting. What does underwriting mean?
Okay. It's changed over the years. I mentioned to her earlier, my agent said that it was someone that we kept in a dark dungeon and didn't feed. That's not true. We feed them. Really, the actual underwriting term and that job title has changed. It's more of a validator than anything else. So if you provide the right documentation in the beginning, like bank statements and pay stubs, they're simply validating that that's accurate information that's been provided. So verifying with your employer that you do indeed work there, that the bank statements have not been altered in any way. So they kind of have a little bit of an auditor hat on too, but they're not scary, I promise.
Will a buyer ever actually interact with the underwriter?
Never. It should never happen, honestly. There's a reason why I'm in this position than they are. They're more of the underwriter emails and text messages and things like that. Sorry about that. No, but you would not interact with them per se.
The whole process happens behind the scenes.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so if you could give one piece of advice to sellers out there right now, what would it be?
Be open to buyers that may not have that 20% down. The process is the same whether someone's putting 20% down or 1%. So, and then also being open to our veterans. They've made huge sacrifices for us, and to diminish their offer just simply because of that, it's the same with the underwriter idea. These things that are scary about a VA loan are not necessarily the same way. The biggest issue was the underwriter, the appraiser pool for a VA. There were too many old school type appraisers, and that's what caused some of the headaches for you as an agent. Asking for repairs that weren't needed, coming low on value. There are steps to, if the value did come in low, there are steps for us to go back and say, let's try this again. As I say, sharpen your pencil. So getting your home in order, presentable, follow your guidance from your realtor, and that should get you in a good position, at least in this market.
Good, okay. So speaking of realtors, say you're on the other side of the table for a transaction. You are looking for a realtor. What do you look for in a realtor?
So when I got into business a long time ago, my business partner, who just retired after 29 years, used to tease me, Mark, I'm gonna make sure you know how to spell mortgage, because there's a little G in there that everyone likes to miss out on. I take that with my realtor partners. It's important for me. I like the new, fresh out of getting your license. It's a kind of a good perspective for, you do things for a long time, you kind of lose that kind of the fire in your belly. So I love working with new realtors. And then it's across the board. It's having the respect, integrity for what we do, building the relationships with the clients as well as each other, and just working well together. The relationship really means a lot to me.
Awesome, great. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Melissa, and hopefully we learned a little bit more about loan officers and underwriting and Mission Mortgage.
Thank you.
Thank
you very much.